Gathering, the card game played by people of all ages all over the world, but contests, I should say, have also put some children at risk and in contact with sex offenders. What you need to look out for.
Well, as I've said multiple times now, this is an issue that isn't going to go away. It isn't going to go away with just some flimsy policy that is a CYA policy for Wizards of the Coast. We've not seen them do any level of enforcement on their policies. Simply the, hey, would you mind, if it's not too much bother, could you maybe make sure that there are no predators around children in the game? We know that Channel Fireball has proclaimed that they will do something in terms of the judges that work their events, but we've not seen any real follow-through of that. We've not seen any public confirmation that the judges are going through these background checks, that the vendors are going through these background checks, and what everybody wanted was for this to go away. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Let's see a little bit of what ABC covered tonight, and I'll leave a link in the description to go watch the whole thing in a little bit better quality.
Convicted child sex offenders having direct contact with minors. An international card game played by kids and adults is taking heat after allegations that it failed to do background checks on the judges and vendors of the game. ABC 7's Will Heron dug into the safety issues facing this gaming community.
The card game is called Magic: The Gathering. It can be played in person or online, and it's played by people of all ages right here in the Borderland. Many of the gamers I spoke with were shocked when they were reminded the risks of playing with strangers.
An international card game rocked by scandal.
As a player and as someone that's, judged these tournaments and stuff like that, I never knew about it, never really heard about it. I mean, I guess that's why it was never really talked about.
Convicted child sex offenders allegedly infiltrating a game played worldwide by millions of people of all ages.
Unfortunately, it's something that has been brought to light, and it should have been brought to light long before it became this scandal.
Whoo-wee! That's a spicy meatball. If only Wizards of the Coast was a little more concerned about protecting their players and a little less concerned about who was bringing it to light, perhaps this story still would not be festering the week in which they have a big release coming up. They've had their M25 spoilers, which of course have completely bombed. And now this issue continues to fester due to what appears to be, in my opinion, severe incompetence at all levels of both Wizards of the Coast and their overseeing company, Hasbro. Nobody wants to take responsibility for this, and so now the mainstream news is going to be covering it more often. And and mark my words, this will not be the last news station to cover this. Every smaller station. This is a giant market where this was covered. Newspapers are going to write about it. Millions of parents will hear about it. And maybe then Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast will put an actual policy in place and pay for it themselves instead of putting it on the local game stores and the judges and expecting them in good faith to follow the policy, which we know they're not doing.
It's something they should have taken care of a long time ago.
This misconduct discovered by players who then turned to social media for help.
The attacks, was there violence involved?
At an arm's reach from minors and other competitors of the game. I spoke with investigative journalist Lou Calgiovanni, who has been reporting on the problem.
There are over a dozen offenders in total.
We talked about a case he uncovered just last week.
Timothy Maxwell Laurie is a registered sex offender who was convicted of second-degree sexual assault on a child. And on January 19th, he was caught violating his parole, playing a sanctioned Magic: The Gathering tournament against a minor at Coliseum Games in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Something patrons of the Game Vault and other local game stores never had to worry about was being in contact with sex offenders or other major felons.
What this story showed, what this showed all of us, is that really you can't take the screechings of the Judge Program's Facebook or other idiots on social media such as myself. Most well-meaning local game stores are already doing what they should do. That doesn't change that the fact that Wizards of the Coast needs to step in and oversee this and then actually enforce that it's getting done. Just because a couple local game stores around where this broadcasted is doing the right thing doesn't mean everyone else is. I hope that Wizards of the Coast finally takes this seriously and considers actually putting together a real program instead of this joke of an honor system that they have in place now. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Will for covering this. Thanks to Lou for doing all of the grunt work. And thanks to all of you for helping Signal Boost all this. Now make sure you watch the rest of the video over on their website. I'll link in the description below. And let Will know on social media. Thanks for giving us a little bit of exposure. And I hope you all have a great night. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, make sure you subscribe and take a moment to turn on notifications. If you want to support the cause of this channel, it survives because of the amazing generosity of those that choose to back me on Maker Support. The link is in the description, and hopefully you'll consider backing today.